invisible illnesses, realize that you can still lead a pretty healthy and active lifestyle. It's just not going to be the one you had envisioned for yourself, but what the hell else are you going to do about it? Sitting around feeling sorry for yourself is not a strategy. Trust me, I did that for a long time. It doesn't get you very far. But you know what's really helpful? Oh, that was a good segue. But truly, what's really helpful if you're dealing with a lot of health issues or just stress in general, which who the hell isn't stressed out these days, frankly? Look at the world. But a journal. Just a simple little journal. This information, by the way, is from psychcentral.com. Journaling has been around for a long time. They actually have found examples of it dating back to 10th century Japan. That's pretty freaking remarkable. At least I think so. But here's the really cool thing. There's increasing evidence that shows there's a lot of physical benefits. Obviously, there's emotional, but there's also physical benefits to keeping a journal. Isn't that wild? It boosts your immunity. Something about the process strengthens immune cells called T lymphocytes, which obviously is going to strengthen your immunity. That wasn't very elegant. Journaling decreases the symptoms of diseases like asthma and rheumatoid arthritis. Well, RA is an autoimmune disease. Hashimoto's, which is one of my two primary, I have a lot of health issues, but the two primary are Hashimoto's thyroiditis and fibromyalgia. Well, if Hashimoto's is also an autoimmune disease, why wouldn't it help those symptoms? It only makes sense, doesn't it? At least to me, it does. So here are some other benefits to keeping a journal. It's going to help you clarify your thoughts and your feelings. It can help you gain insight to challenges that you're facing, to problems that you're dealing with. Look, this chronic illness crap is hard. It's really hard. You know that. If you're dealing with it, you know that. Just get a little notebook and just get your day off your chest every night. Sorry, get your day off your chest every night. That was elegant. Um, some people do journal in the morning. I personally like to journal at night, but it does help clarify your thoughts and feelings. It can give you a lot of insight in regards to relationships, especially when you're dealing with toxic. That's so mean, but some people are just toxic. Let's just be real. When you're dealing with toxic people and or situations, a journal can really help you get some clarity, probably help you solve some of your problems. Number two, know thyself. A journal is going to help you really get to know yourself. Look, this might sound silly to the healthy people out there, but chronic illness overwhelms you, especially when you're dealing with pain. It can become, I try so hard not to let it, but it can consume my attention. It can consume all of my focus. I don't want it to. It's just part of it. Well, sorry. I got way off there. Not that far off. Anyway, y'all, I'm flaring terribly, so you're going to have to be patient. I wasn't even sure if I was going to make it today. But when you keep a journal, it's going to help you identify the things that make you feel confident and happy. And again, that might sound silly to healthy people, but when you're up to here with health issues and the pain, and it's relentless. It can be really easy to lose sight of those things. A journal is a good way to help you stay on track with yourself. Number three, it can help you solve problems. It can help you solve problems because this is why, now keeping a journal online is better than no journal at all. But here's why you should keep a physical journal. When you write, that act, that physical engagement of writing, it's going to engage. I am really having a hard time this morning. It's going to engage the analytical left part of your brain, which is going to free up the creative right part of your brain, which honestly, it can help you get. There's been a lot of times when I'm journaling when it's like, whoa, I didn't realize that. You'll gain tremendous insight into things. It can lead to really unexpected solutions and again, insights. Holy smokes, this is awful. Anyway, yeah, this is life when you're flaring, that's where I'm at. Number 4, journaling. Look, again, when you're dealing with this stuff, it gets to you. Keeping a journal is a really safe and effective way for you to deal with all the really unpleasant emotions that come along with dealing with this crap. You're entitled to be pissed off. You're entitled to grieve. You're entitled to be sad. You're entitled to however you feel about it. But here's the thing, you can't live in those negative places. You can't live. You've got enough stress. Just you're trying to get through your day to day life. You can't stay in those dark places. You know that. You know that. A journal, it it just helps you process all of that. It helps relieve your stress. For me, it's been really good for my anxiety. And chronic pain, you tend to be anxious when you're dealing with chronic pain. They just kind of go hand in hand. So how do you do it? It's honestly, it's super easy, but it's also complicated because you're looking at a blank piece of paper and thinking, well, now what? Just write. Just start to write. Even if I remember when I first started journaling, it was things like, I have no idea what to say here. But once I would get started, I would usually get on a roll. And I'm very up and down. I'll be honest, I'm real up and down with journaling. It's one of those positive habits that's just so easy. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. Next thing I know, 3 or 4 weeks have gone by. Now, this break I took from journaling was very deliberate. I went to Texas. I chose not to take my journal with me because I knew I was trying to keep it all into one suitcase. Um, and yes, a notebook doesn't take up much space, but still, I had plenty of other stuff to do. So I deliberately chose not to take it. The problem was when I got back, oh, because I keep it by my bed and I had it in here on my bookshelf. Like, oh, it's in the other room. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. I finally drug it out last night and I felt so much better after I wrote in it. So that's why we're talking about this today. But just write. Don't overthink it. Don't self censor. Just write. It's cheap self help, it's effective self help. Now, my advice to you, and you know what they say about advice, but my advice to you, especially if you're dealing with health issues, because it does get overwhelming and then the negativity of it can just stack up so fast. So after you write in your journal and you've gotten then this sucked and I feel horrible and why in the hell, where did this pain come from? I do that a lot. Where did this come from? This is new and I don't like it. But I get all this stuff off my chest, but now it's fresh in my mind. So I write down 3 things that I'm grateful for. My nails look awful. Don't look. I write down 3 things that I'm grateful for. Why? Because for me, that resets my mind. And now I'm focused back on positive things. That makes it a lot easier for me to shut my mind down and relax and hopefully get some sleep. But I had other points I was going to make, but I didn't write them down and they're gone. It's just that kind of day. I think I'm flaring because the weather is bad. It's freaking cold and wet and dreary, but I don't know. The nature of it. It could just be I'm sore because I woke up this morning, and I'm grateful that I woke up, and I'm really grateful. Honestly, I'm so grateful that with all this crap, it's indescribable to somebody healthy how fast this stuff stacks up on you. And I'm really, really grateful for the fact that I've learned to choose to look on the bright side. I've learned to be positive in the face of all of this. But a journal honestly really helped with that. So that's all I have. I hope y'all have a fantastic weekend. I will be back around 11 o'clock Alaska time on Monday.